Well, that's okay. You know, once they've taken care of themselves, you know, the Muslims can move into town because there'll be plenty of room.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Father's Day.
See,
We are live.
I've got no problem with problems exterminating themselves.
What's going on?
See anybody exterminate themselves, but
What's going on, G?
Glad to have
What's
you.
going on, Doc? Who else we got here?
We got Brother Dave Sardi.
Okay, Dave and Doc. Yeah, that's Dave.
That's Dr. Dave, and then we got Mr. Charlie.
Okay, I see him. I see a Marine there. I think that's a Marine.
Charlie was named. He starts a channel up, The Given Isosceles. If you ever seen him around, that'll be Charlie.
That's a picture of my dad.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good picture. At least you're honoring your father. That's cool on Father's Day. That's way cool.
What's up, Brother Charlie?
None too much. What's up?
And happy Father's Day to everybody.
Yep. Happy
Same to y'all. Y'all had a nice one.
No, anytime a race wants to exterminate themselves, I've got no problem with it.
hey, you know what? I think we need to quit saying Happy Father's Day. I find that offensive. I'm not a father, so under the new way of thinking, we're going to have to pander to my phobia or whatever you want to call it.
So you tell me, Dave, you didn't call your dad?
No, sure didn't.
What the hell's wrong with you? If he's still on this earth,
I'm not ready to call him yet. He's passed away many years ago, and I think I'll wait just a little while longer before I call on him.
That's what I was getting ready to say before you keyed up. Unless he ain't here, you should call him.
Cousin Dave.
Mine's almost 90.
Damn, 90.
Yeah, that's why I call him.
Mine died about, I think he was about 62. He never reached retirement. Life, and for American Airlines had a good pension up and kicked the bucket.
Well,
I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. I know it's Father's Day. We're still coming through. I'm sure some other people are still going to be on their way, just a little late, but I mean, I hate to drop a bomb on Father's Day, and I'm not trying to get all serious, and I hate to be all serious, but, I think all of us question many things. A lot of us say, this is a hoax, this is a hoax, this is a flag, red flag, white flag, black flag, yellow flag, red flag. How many fucking flags are there?
You've missed, just like usual, G. You shot all around the target, but you did not hit a bullseye.
Where? Why?
Because it's called a false flag. False.
Thank you. False.
Not a red flag, not a green flag, not a rainbow flag.
I'm being facetious.
Well, it's not a false flag at all. It's what it's called is it's either the best deceiving of some actors, or we haven't totally got the answer yet. I've still got an angel down there trying to stay in contact. He may pass some of the burial that's supposed to go on, because they're supposed to be burying him right now. He lives right out of Orlando, and his comment was, he said, it was a beautiful day, and I said, what do you mean, brother? He said, it was a beautiful day. He said, are we live? Who cares? He said, it was a beautiful day. 50 of them got taken out by a terrorist, and then the terrorists got taken out by the cops. So that was his first impression, but what do you expect for an angel? But the reality is, we still don't know the whole truth. And I cannot believe there's nobody on the ground. Nobody has gone over there. Where is the live footage? So until this comes to pass, we have to have the impression we have that they're trying to deceive us, trying to take our guns. Already I've seen in the paper, we need to get rid of the automatic or semi-automatic assault weapons. When the hell does a 223 varmint gun become an assault weapon?
Wait a minute.
That's like taking a Volkswagen and put racing stripes on it and say, we need to get rid of the racing cars. I beg your pardon?
look at your screen. I just happened to run across this article here. Of course, it's from mainstream. It's from Fox.
Fox.
Alleged ISIS fighter praises Orlando gunman. Now, I want you to call your attention to the gun that's showing in this video.
Mm-hmm.
Can you recognize that muzzle that's on there?
That's an AK-47. Hell yeah,
That's an AR-15 muzzle.
It's an AR-15 muzzle.
Thank you. What do I get?
Yep.
It does. Well, I'm sorry he carries a junk weapon. I'd rather have the AK-47 myself. But the reality is, who gives a shit? That's propaganda. You know what ISIS stands for? Jew. I'm a Jew. I'm a Special Forces Jew. And you want to hear it? Google, YouTube, and the rest of you NSA assholes, go screw yourself. Because a Jew is a Jew is a Jew is Jew. And that right there is from the Jews. And if you're offended anybody on the board, I'm sorry, because I love to offend people.
You heard it from Brother Vaughn. Vaughn don't play.
All right, so you're a Jew, and this guy's a Jew? He don't look Jewish.
Oh, hell no. Why would you put a monkey to support Jews? Why would you cut off the water to the Pakistans? Because you want to starve and kill the little babies. Palestine, rather. I seen a lake sitting there right there by them. You telling me that damn lake went dry so they can't give water to the little babies in Palestine? Kiss my ass, Jews.
Amen.
Wait a minute. They're shutting off the water in Palestine? Where?
I got a video up about it on my channel, Old Marine Vaughn. Yeah, they've cut the water off.
Where, the Gaza Strip or?
Yeah.
Damn, the Gaza Strip's right on the ocean. How do they do that? They managed to cut the water off.
They ain't drinking the ocean water, but they got water. Here was the story. We've got to shut the water off because we're losing supply. So you have to drink your water out of a bottle that you have to buy. But when we get enough water to put it back for the people, then we'll give it back. And right now, as of everything that I know, the water's still shut off, so people are drinking out of a bottle. If you know anything about this Medina thing with the Bible, it used to say the
Medina.
You know, that stupid thing that's supposed to be going on where people are seeing things at one time and now they're not. Anyway.
They're seeing things. No, I don't recollect reading anything about that.
Okay, I've got that up there too. Anyway, in the Bible, it talks about instead of the goat skin, okay, the Medela, whatever the hell that effect is. Don't act like you don't understand what I'm talking about, Tennessee.
Just go to his channel. Look at his videos. Just look at his videos.
I know. Oh well, here's the thing. People got to have it black and white and the whole. Yeah, they know what I'm talking about. Either that or his head in the ass. Yeah, you got this, but you don't. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Really, Tennessee boy? Come on. Damn, boy, I'm gonna come down there and slap some of that shit off of you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I know there's different things for uses for goat skins, and you're talking Old Testament stuff.
I'm talking about where they're saying words in the Bible have been changed. Well, according to the printing of the different Bibles, some of the Bibles have been changed. Instead of laying down with the lion lays down with the lamb. It says now, instead of the man and the woman, or the couple laying in the bed together, one taking one left, it says two men laying in the bed together.
Where the hell did you read that?
It's all right. I beg your pardon. Pick up a King James and read it.
Wow. What chapter?
Look it up.
Shit.
Google that bitch for I think I am a scholar.
Yeah. You're the one arguing a point like
I'm not arguing. I'm telling you the truth. If you don't want to spend time with people.
I know about the
Are you a troll? Are you a troll?
But they're not.
I'm trying to figure out who you are, Dave. Do you got
one at a time,
Dave? You got videos, Dave? Hello, Dave.
Yeah.
Do you got videos?
A couple.
Well, you're talking to somebody that's put out over 6,000 videos in over a few years. Okay.
Mention that.
I quit giving links and information to people that don't understand what I'm talking about and claim to be up on current events. I'm giving you current events. Do I have to prove my current events? Well, let me tell you something. I'm not getting in the car and driving to pick up some DNA blood for you in bullet holes and shell cases.
I did have. Hey, wait a minute. I asked you for a link to your page, and I still see a blank.
Oh, I said, well, you weren't listening, Dave. I
Jeez.
said Old Marine Vaughn. It's real simple. Old Marine Vaughn, YouTube. Google me. Google me.
Dave, just go to his page and look at the videos. It's that simple. So let me do a quick shout out to the ring, Dave, please. Thank you.
Okay.
I might have seen it already. I just.
Okay. Brother Jay Robinson, thank you for coming out. Happy Father's Day to all again. Brother Sat will be here when you come in, brother. No worries. Spend time, do your thing at the thing. M&P's in the house. Brother Grit, what's going on, my brother? How many flags we got? Flags have destroyed U.S. Amen, Brother Grit. Amen.
Hey, Grit, come on in, brother. Or you got your daughter with you.
Brother Grit, I'll send you a link. It's really good to see you if you want to come in. Tactical Tones in the motherfucking house. Attorney Tone will be in. What is this chat about? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. HRM.
It's about one of them to make it.
And Brother Kojo, shout outs to you too, my brother. Happy Father's Day. Now, again, hold on. Who's got that echo? First of all, check. Brother Vaughn, mute yourself for 1 second, sir.
I'm going to.
Thank you.
Let me get at it. Here we go.
It's either you or me. Check. That'd be you, Brother Vaughn. Just hit F5, brother, if you don't mind.
Am I echoing now?
Check. Yes.
Let me turn down my speakers.
Yes, sir. Yep, turn down your speakers and your bandwidth. That would help out.
Oh, the bandwidth. That's probably it.
Yep.
I forgot about it. I'm going to restart this video because the simple thing is, let's see, I'm turned down.
Check.
Okay, how about
You're
right there?
good. Yeah, much better. Thank you, Vaughn. So,
Dave, when you come back in, Dave, you threw something up there. You've got to understand, when you see ISIS, you want to know who ISIS is? The person they're putting there in front of you. It's America. Israel is ISIS. Anybody that's got money to deceive knowledge and the morality and the freedom we have in this country is ISIS. So, you threw something up there was the most propaganda thing I've ever seen in my life. Well, man, but they're showing somebody holding an AK or
holding a fucking
biggest joke in the world.
M4. ISIS holding an M4.
That is the biggest joke in the world.
I've never seen ISIS or a Muslim holding an AR-15 ever in my life. All the videos I've
They
seen.
don't want one of them junk things. You know why they don't want them? They ain't no good in the sand.
Right.
They got time to stop and clean the damn thing every time they shoot it.
In their environment, they need AKs. That's all they can use, man.
That's all they use. Anybody in their right mind is going to use an AK. That's the problem. They pump these AR-15s into everybody's heart in this country. They should have went ahead and bought the AKs when they're reasonably. You could buy those things at a couple $100 at one time. Everybody, I don't want one of them junk guns. Well, guess what? That junk gun is a lot better than these AR-15s. Trust me.
Yeah, Brother Stolly said, great video. Watched it 50 times. Stolly, come on in whenever you want, brother. You got the link.
Dave, I sure didn't mean to. I sure didn't mean to yell at you, Dave. I love you, brother. I'm just a Tennessee boy.
Oh, Dave's
like
got
you.
tough skin. He's on Dave.
Okay.
He's got tough skin. He's not a soft kid. This ain't his first word yet.
Okay.
But my whole thing is, oh shit, welcome, Dave. Good evening.
Welcome.
Good to have you in.
Dave's got to realize I've got a little bit of sleep deficit there. I did a 24-hour shot there.
Well, like you, Vaughn, Dave has put out a lot of videos, and he has gotten a lot of shit from all angles, and
right.
He's a smart guy like yourself, and he's wise, and
Yeah, but he was trying.
But sometimes he needs to understand that, you know, there's other people like him that know his shit. And if
Right.
someone, you know, if you speak, you know, you need to just listen and go with it. It's not like you're going to bullshit us. You know, you've already proven that. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Doc.
This is awful. I'm looking at his page, man, and he's got these hot girls on motorcycles, and you click on it. And
Hell yeah.
there ain't no hot girl in there, man. It's like, wow, man, downer, what a downer, man. I mean, you click on this blonde chick next to the motorcycle, and a picture of the sun pops up. It's like, why is the sun shining through a cloud? It's like, oh my goodness, I wondered, was he some hot chick on a motorcycle?
Well, see, I'll probably be one of the few guys that's got a handmade lens I put on my Sony camera. That's supposed to be 93 million miles away from the sun. Bullshit.
What do you mean it's
Okay,
not,
we will go down.
it's not 93 million miles away?
Well, no, it's probably the same height as the moon because of the same diameter. But you know, I'm not even going to go into that world because that right there goes into. Well, I'm a mathematician. According to my mathematician quotation and all this other stuff I can figure on a board, that's totally impossible. Well, kiss my ass, you know, because they've yet to prove it. Where's the real picture of the Earth? Don't tell me that marble that NASA puts out the real picture. So, you know, I'm in that illusion. Been fighting that battle for a long time. I'm not spinning
You
1,000
mean the one
miles.
from the moon was an illusion?
Is the moon an illusion? Yeah, it's an illusion that we've ever gone to the moon.
Okay. I see where you're coming from now. I got you.
That's right. Mr. Kennedy said right out of the gate. I'm sorry, I keyed up on somebody.
You're good,
Mr. Kennedy said out of the gate, when he was telling you that they're going to give your money to NASA for the research, he said, as soon if we ever do find a way to develop the metal to build a spacecraft to leave this Earth. They ain't never been to the moon. First off, you got to have the glass so you can have the way to look out. You got to have communications, and by gosh, if you happen to get through everything that we know is out there, how you getting back? You know what I figured it out? I figured out if they went, they had a big cable. Okay, picture this cable, giant cable. They shot their asses over there, and when they got ready to come home, they hit the a winch and winched their ass back to Earth. That's how they did it. By gosh, I know it. I got it. You buy that, Dave?
Oh, I'm pulling up the Discover satellite right now that one exists.
You mean NASA's animated shit?
No, this is the Discover. It's a solar observatory that they put up. Okay.
I've never seen. Wait a minute, sir. You know how many times I've been out and looked at the moon over the last
60, 70 years?
I realized this. Yeah, how many satellites have I seen go by the moon? None, zero. But you know how many satellites are supposed to be up there? 30,000, 3,000. I know.
There's
I know what it's like up there.
There's
It's a traffic jam. It's a traffic jam.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me they can shoot something. How come every time they shoot something up, it takes a big arch and goes in the ocean? You never see no footage.
It takes a big arc and
Dave.
goes in the, you mean the lower stages of the rocket?
Well, no, I'm talking about the damn rocket goes in the ocean. Listen to me. When they reach a certain point, there's no more light because it's dark. That means they're above. Bullshit. That tells me one thing to start.
No more light because it's. I'm trying to understand what you're saying here. Slow down. Slow down.
That means every bit of that stuff is below. Okay, it's close to the Earth. Okay.
What? The atmosphere is close to the Earth. Yes.
What atmosphere? Oh, you believe in gravity too, don't you, Dave?
Now the Earth sucks.
You believe the water sticks to the round globe too, don't you, Dave? You believe Australians are standing on their frickin' head, don't you, Dave?
Well, you don't believe in gravity.
Hell no, I don't believe in gravity, and I sure as the hell don't believe the Australians are standing on their head. I've talked to too many of them. I asked them, are you standing on your head? When you look outside, are the planes flying upside down? In other words, can you see the top of the plane?
Well, if the pilot decides to show me the top of it, yes.
Oh, Dave.
Hey,
Dave.
I've been
You
in
know
the
what?
air.
Here's what I you get your fancy telescope off that fancy satellite, you take a close upside down in Australia, then I'll believe your bullshit. Until you can do that, stick it in your ass, NASA. That's a simple request.
You want a picture of what now?
I don't want a picture. I want them to zoom in with their telescope in outer space and show me the Australians upside down. That's what I want.
Why
Because they have to be upside down if this is a fucking globe, damn it.
Why would they be upside down?
Oh, you dumbass. You dumbass. You dumbass. You are so... You know what? I thought
no,
you were...
I think he's working you. He's working you. He's working you. He's working you, Brother Ball. It's a shoot, dude. It's a shoot. It's a shoot.
I hope so. I
It's
hope
a
so.
shoot. It is a shoot. He is working you like fucking John Cochran.
No, he knows what I'm talking about.
I'm just trying to
You're
talking about-
I
About
don't,
some flat Earth craziness.
So what? It don't got nothing to do with the shape of the damn Earth. It sure as the hell ain't round and spinning 1,000 miles an hour. Okay?
No, it's spheroid. It's
Oh,
spheroid.
what?
It's not.
What?
It's not round.
We got an echo
Steroid.
there, guys. Echo.
it's pretty round. It's not exactly round. It's round enough to call it round.
Is it a ball?
No, it's an Earth. It's a planet.
It's a so a planet to you is what, a ball?
It could be, yeah. This one looks like a ball.
Okay, that means the Australians are standing on top of their head.
How do you figure that?
Because that's the only way I can catch them upright. From NASA with a scope. I mean, from that damn satellite out there. They have to be standing on their head.
I want some of that. I've got to. Hey, I've got to have.
No,
some.
I want you to explain to me how in the world, from out there in space with their telescope, can they shoot back into us even standing here sideways, or the Australians standing on top of their head, or anybody around Antarctica, the ships are floating upside down.
Well, that
I
just
want you to
doesn't make
explain
any
that to me.
sense. If their gravity.
Well, it
why-
doesn't make no sense. It sure does. I'm looking at you right now. Okay, if I was looking at you in your avatar, they'd be upside down. Unless they're hanging on right side up. Hello? Are
That's
you
what
really serious?
Brother Vaughn. Brother Vaughn, people want to hear you. Hit F5 because you got a bad echo.
Do I?
Yeah, please hit F5, brother.
Well, I don't think F5 works on this because I'm running Linux.
Are you? Have you got a? You got a headset?
Why? Am I too loud?
No, you were echoing.
No, you're echoing. You're not loud. You're just echoing.
Let me turn down my speaker.
I thought we had this conversation already.
I don't need that much sound anyway. I got a loud damn voice. I'm a Marine, man. I'm used to yelling at people.
I want to get some of that stuff from you.
I'll give you some stuff. I'm giving you a reality check.
I want some of that shit.
The
You're
rest of you dumbass wake up to the lies you've been fed, you'll see the rest of the lies.
I want some of that mushroom
Yeah.
you've been doing.
You'll believe the rest of the lies you've been told.
I want some of that mushrooms.
Did you hit F5 from the ball?
No, let me go out and come back in.
Sorry, bro.
There's many things I've been lied to about. The Earth being round ain't one of them.
When you bring up that topic to so many people, it's just so fucking crazy how people fuck hurt or they get it fucking. They just. Like God, dude, between the fucking Earth being flat and these fucking false flags, people get fucking ass hurt. You know?
Well,
People get not only again, not the pan. I'm talking about.
Well,
I mean, most of this
I'm not
stems
saying
from.
they're not false flags, but there ain't that many. I mean, every one of them can't be a false flag. You know,
No,
shit does
no.
happen.
And that's what I want to think, Dave. And I was like you. I was tired of the truther community. Always everything is a false flag. Everything is a red flag. Dude, not everything is a false flag. Shit does happen. But shit does happen. And I was on that fucking hater club with the truther community. I couldn't stand hearing Hell, this was a hoax. That was a hoax. I got irritated as fuck. Well, here's the deal, man. Proof is in the pudding. Okay? Proof is in the pudding. I don't understand. Go ahead, man.
Here's another. Here's the truth.
Even if that Orlando shooting is a hoax, which I won't give my opinion, but either way, even if it isn't a hoax, the end result is still the same.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, so they had actors. Who to say that they didn't do that as an illusion, so you don't believe the actual fact that they got killed?
No. Just stop and think about it. You can't keep You can't keep a secret between two people, let alone a couple hundred.
That's what I'm getting at. Everybody that was supposed to tell the story is dead, and everybody that was on the outside are fake. Can you imagine that little trip?
As I said, even if whether it is a hoax or not doesn't matter. The end result is the same.
I didn't say it was a hoax. I said what's the scenario if they went in there and murdered them? The cops on the outside and a group on the inside murdered everybody in that club, and they created this scenario on the outside was supposed to be survivors and a bunch of crisis actors, and that's what they're portraying to confuse everybody, that they just cremated a whole bunch of people they really didn't want down there anymore, so they could get blood.
Well, who's
this blood drive?
Who is this disambiguous they?
They? Somebody that don't like, somebody that didn't like them. I don't know. Somebody like killing people. Hell, I don't know. If that happened, what's the other scenario? What do you got? You're gonna tell me it's a hoax? Have you got proof? Were you there? I don't have no proof. The only thing I can say.
Jarhead, simmer down, all right? We're all friends in here.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Let's look at the facts. The facts are.
Everybody needs to simmer down, dude. He's cool, brother. Everyone's cool, Charlie.
Okay.
It's all good, brother. I got this, baby.
All right, let it roll.
Ain't nobody getting out of here, brother. That's the point about debating. Everybody doesn't understand.
What I'm saying is
people are not all going to agree, Charlie, and this is what happens. We talked about. Hold on, we talked about it. Nobody's fucking. Let me finish. Nobody is disrespecting or fucking yada yada yada. It's all good, bro. Oh, go ahead. What's up?
What I'm saying is, all this, every fucking, I'm gonna get real. Every fucking time there's one of these fucking shootings, regardless of what idiot does it, to whomever. There's all this shit on YouTube, fucking months, years later, one side saying it's real, one side saying it's hoax. It don't fucking matter whether it's hoax or not. What does matter is the end result. Whether it's been planned or whether it's real, the end result's the same, the disarmament of the public.
But that's what we want to know, Charlie. That's what we want to know. We want to know, is it bullshit? Why even make it bullshit? Why even make it a story? 9/11, Boston bombing, Sandy Hook, fucking this. Why?
See, the left would rather blame it on an inanimate object than offend somebody. They're trying not to offend them, so they're going to blame it on the inanimate, evil black rifle. And the black rifle jumped up in that man's hand and made him pull that trigger. It was like a psycho thing, that piece of metal. It's got this psychological powers that are bestowed upon it by its evil creators. And whenever somebody walks past that evil black rifle, it jumps up in their hand and makes them go out and shoot people. So they got to outlaw these evil black rifles. It's an inanimate object, just like damn drugs and chemicals that they ban. Look, it's only dangerous if you're dumbass and don't know what you're doing.
Well, still, you should gauge everything by just a basic, first principles, a priori, que bono, who benefits, and then you work from there. So, I mean, you find the same. The shooting. Who benefits from the shooting?
Here's one thing.
Go ahead.
Here's one thing I know as a fact. If we let these little incidences cause us to pass one law, let's say it's terrorism, right? Let's say it is. If we let any terrorist act make us pass one law restricting one freedom, that means the terrorists have won. They have succeeded in their mission. So we got to quit running around like a bunch of little chicken shits hollering, the sky's falling, the sky's falling. Please, Mr. President, protect me. Fuck that shit.
Well, the general consensus.
Get over it. People are going
The general consensus is that's what the government's job is to make safe and secure the people. Of course, I understand your point of view of that.
There's a certain risk in living in a free society. Do you want to live in a free society or not? That's the question everybody has to pose to themselves. Do they want to be free or not? If you don't want to be free, you want to live in a police prison state, then yeah, you can mitigate risk. But if you want to be free, there's a certain danger in being free.
Okay, let me give you a scenario. I'm sorry I stepped on you there, Charlie, but here's a scenario. We live in a corporate world. It's about money. As soon as that incident, either real or not real, gun sales went up, blood was donated, people made money. We got people pissed off Islam people. We got gay people pissed off at Islam. We got people that don't know what to do. They're all chaos. It's about money. You think for one moment they want to take our guns? They don't want our guns. They want us to spend our money. We are their slaves. They can't stop making money. It's about money, guys. Look at the real picture. They passed a law to give them the right on our own Constitution 2 years after it was formed. It's about money. There's nobody boogeyman going to get you, steal you, or nothing. It's about money. There is no boogeyman.
That's what I was going to say. It depends. Freedom, liberty is wholly dependent on its definition, and it seems that there isn't a singular definition for those terms. So you talk about a free society. Well, there's several ways of gauging a free society. I mean, some people in Singapore think they're free, and we all know in Singapore you can't chew bubblegum on the subway. There's actually like a 5-year prison sentence or a lashing for chewing bubblegum on a subway. Used to clog the doors, so that type of draconian policy was actually benevolent. It wasn't so much authoritarian or evil. So it's like these people they lose their shit when they see these videos of these cops roughing somebody up for videotaping the cops in their own parking lot, like the police station parking lot. And I kind of sit back and think, in the age of Mohammedan terrorism, I think the police have a certain right and a certain reason to deny people videotaping of police, especially around the police station. But again, someone said, well, that's tyranny. You can't videotape the cops. What are they hiding in all this shit? I'm not a suspect of state constabulary or state authority as I am federal authority.
Well, let's put it this way. The police are not going to do anything to endanger their money, and the corporation is not going to let the police do anything to endanger their slaves. So can you guys get the picture how all this stuff, more chaos creates more money, more tension, more everything. You eat more, you get crazy, you buy guns, you buy ammunition, you prep, you do. What are you prepping for? I'm gonna tell you what prepping is. Prepping is if somebody knocks at your door, it's the wrong person, grab your gun, shoot him, and your prep is over. If he shoots you, your prep is over. You're not going to run nowhere because the scenario these people are talking about will be the end game. If you've ever been on a fire team in a jungle, trust me, buddy, when you get surrounded, you better pray somebody's coming to help you because you only got so much provisions, and you'll get tired of pissing and shitting on yourself. That's a reality. Okay, I've been there, done it, so that's prepping.
I've been in theater too. I understand. I know never in a jungle. It was in an urban environment, and when the stingers are flying both ways, it really doesn't make a difference where you are. But get back to the point. I don't look at the police. Just speaking of where I reside, my own hometown, the county I live in. The police are not. I don't look at the police as like these road pirates just trying to steal my money and all this. I mean, the people that are police in my town, I went to high school with. They're people I know. I've known them all my life. So I don't look at the police as like they're some kind of malignant entity just waiting to leap on me any opportunity they have. I just don't do that. And I think partially responsible. The media is responsible for that, for the the biased point of view that they plan. I don't like the idea that the police are portrayed as enemies, and
Really? Can you grow some weed in your front yard?
Most definitely don't. I definitely don't.
Let's see how big of friends they are. You grow a few weed plants in your front yard.
Oh well, it's illegal, so it's illegal. But the police force in my town and my county, I love every one of them. I could walk up to them and say, "Hi, how you guys doing?" in the daylight. If I act like an asshole and approach them in the dark, I'm the asshole. They're going to go on the offensive. But
Right.
The reality is, you got to treat them as they're treating you. More than likely, they're living. You grew up to school. You know these people. So what they're trying to do is make you scared of the boogeyman. Now he's the boogeyman with the badge, and he's got the gun, and you better be scared of him because he's going to beat you and kill you. I'm sorry, most of the time that these people do and react the way they have to is because some dumbass is approaching them with a gun or doing something stupid that causes them to get shot, arrested, or anything else because they're drunk on their ass and they're trying to cause chaos. So people do what they do, and they think it's a big deal to call out the cops like they do. They're destroying the only net of safety of reality we have between
Now,
total
you ever
insanity.
watch that show, Cops?
Yeah, that shows.
You ever watch that? You ever notice that about a third, not even a large, but at least a third of those people they bust don't need to be busted?
Well, from what I've seen, in 45 years of age, I've seen a few things. From what I see, I think you ought to unleash the police. I think you need to untie the police hands, especially in cities like Northern.
You don't believe in the Constitution either.
Second step on me. Chicago, Memphis. You're stepping on me again.
Oh, go ahead.
Chicago, Memphis, Atlanta, these cities that have gone just fucking crazy, and then say that the police are being brutal. Bullshit. You need to cut the. You worry about crime in major cities is because the police their hands are tied behind their backs every time they're turning around. The ACLU is suing them over some bullshit civil rights violation. If you act like the enemy of the people, you should be treated like that. If you're out robbing destroying your neighborhoods, burning them down, robbing the retail markets, the business owners and stuff, as far as I'm concerned, you should be drugged and fuck due process. You drag those types of animals out and you put them down at the curb line. You don't collect the body. You leave the body there for 3 days so all the ones around you acting like that, see what happens. It's a subject example. And everybody's going to go, that's so savage, that's so un-American. Bullshit. When you have people terrorizing neighborhoods, terrorizing business owners and stuff, it's time to let the police loose.
Well, somebody has to unleash them because most of these guys we're talking about have got rap sheets longer than your doctor record or your kid's education. I'm telling you what, them guys need to be eliminated. They've been through the court system. They've spent time and they're back out on the street and they're continue doing the same thing. The only way to eliminate that shit is publicly hang them. I don't give a shit. Publicly hang them. You got so many strikes and your ass is on. No, you're done. It's written in the Bible. If you're a fuck up to a fuck up society, the only way to get rid of you is to hang your ass. That's how I see it. Hang them.
For what?
For raping, being a pervert, robbing, beating wives, a whole bunch of shit. How much you think I'm going to let them get away with? I'd hang them.
All right, so they're raping, pillaging. Yeah, okay. There's death penalty for some of that stuff.
No, I'm talking immediate death penalties, not something where it takes the taxpayers' money to throw these assholes through due process and a circular penal system.
Well, that's what the Second Amendment was supposed to be, is like, hey, somebody's breaking in my house. Bang. Instant justice.
The police aren't allowed to do that because of due process.
We don't need no police. We need you and me and Maureen over there to take care of our own damn selves. We don't need no frickin' police. We are the police. We are the police in this country, ding dong.
Yeah, but we are not everywhere to do it for everyone else. We're militarily trained, but they're not going to do it, Doc. They're not going to do it, okay? Those people, those little old lady cannot protect herself. She's not going to shoot nobody.
Why not? They've done it before.
Because she probably don't have a gun. The element of that society has to be removed. You understand? It has to be removed. And people complaining about it and giving them a break is over. It's done.
I want to give Granny
Here's where it's going, because we're bringing more and more Muslims in here, and if they're radical Muslims with the ideal of Sharia law and their idiocy, shit has just started.
I want to give Granny a gun.
There's already Sharia courts inside the United States. They're in Michigan, they're in Illinois, they're in Texas.
Toledo.
But David, sounds like you got a boner against the damn police department. How come?
I don't have a boner against them. They're government employees. They're union. When they unionize against the people. They're too big, too many of them.
Oh, see, there you go. Who's telling you this stuff?
Too many. I can see it when I drive down the street to the grocery store. There's too.
Well, quit looking. Quit looking. You're too paranoid, man. What are you doing? Something wrong?
Yeah, hell yeah, I do something wrong every day.
Well, then there you go. What I'm trying to say to you is, yes, they're getting paid by us. Yes, it's a corporate situation.
There's two.
But I'm telling you, they're going to do their job. They're going to continue to get paid. They're going to get what they get because that's what they train to do. And this society, being corporate, is not going to have their slaves killed off if they're good slaves.
Well, you want to be a slave. I don't.
I don't want to be a slave. Now you are a slave.
I don't want to be one, though.
Well, then move out of that place and quit paying them. Go live out on a grassy mall and tell me how that works for you.
I'm working on that. Give me time. I'm working on that.
Hey, let me read.
Let me go live on the grassy knoll.
Hey, let me read something for y'all. This is by a feller by the name of Hans Hermann Hoppe. It goes, in a covenant concluded among proprietor and community tenants for the purpose of protecting their private property, no such thing as the right to free, unlimited speech exists, not even to unlimited speech on one's own tenant property. One may say innumerable things and promote almost any idea under the sun, but naturally no one is permitted to advocate ideas contrary to the very purpose of the covenant of preserving and protecting private property, such as Democrats and communists. There can be no tolerance towards Democrats and communists in a libertarian social order. They will have to be physically separated and expelled from society. Likewise, in a covenant founded for the purpose of protecting family and kin, there can be no tolerance towards those habitually promoting lifestyles incompatible with this goal. They, the advocates of alternative, non-family and kin-centered lifestyles such as, for instance, individual hedonism, parasitism, nature-environment worship, homosexuality, or communism, will have to be physically removed from society if one is to maintain a libertarian order. That's how you fix things.
Sounds right to me. If everything went bad and I had a group of guys with me, and if they didn't have the right mindset, I'd just tell them to take a hike. I'd cut their food supply off and just cast them out. You know, that's how I see it. Because you cannot have people that just want to be helter-skelter, okay? It can't be. Well, I'm sorry. No, you ain't sorry.
You just got on to the Israelites for cutting off the water to their enemies, and here you are talking about doing the same thing to your enemies. What a hypocrite.
I don't have an enemy yet. How come they're enemies? Only an enemy if they're created an enemy. Palestine belongs to Palestine. That was Palestine before. Those thugs, those Rothschilds moved down there and took it over and went to war with them people. It belongs to Palestine. That's Palestine's land.
The Israelites went down there and kicked their ass fair and square.
It's none of our business
as
Americans, one way or the other. It's none of our business.
It's the same thing with us and the Indians, man.
No.
We kicked their ass.
Wait a second. Wait a second. The United States needs to stop funding Israel at the sum of $40 billion a year.
Oh,
the United States.
We don't need to be giving them any money.
and we need to remove ourselves from that area, completely off the Middle Eastern Peninsula, withdraw from all foreign military installations, regardless of point of origin, whether it be in the Mediterranean, whether it be in Western or Eastern Europe. The United States needs to bring its military home and stop funding NATO, stop funding Israel. And the reason I'm bringing this up is, and I am going to grab a little more time, and I apologize ahead of time, but what I'm saying is if the United States withdraws within its own borders and it patrols its own seas within an agreeable distance to international waters, then if any motherfucker attacks us, we don't have to make a moral position to the UN about reacting. If we are within our own borders, not interfering in any foreign governments or foreign countries' affairs, when anyone attacks us, then we're well within morals and ethics. We don't have to apologize at that point.
That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely true. There's a 100-mile radius completely around the United States set up already for them to move into. Bring everybody home and isolate ourselves from the rest of the stupid world, and let's see what happens then. Any businesses of operation or import or export will cease, and we will go into a renaissance like China did for a while and grow our country back and heal it.
Yeah, that's what I'm about, making America go again. It's time to start investing in our infrastructure. It's time to get our men up off their asses because no one can find a fucking job. It's time to fucking do something. And the thing about it is our leaders have failed us for generation after generation after generation. And the idea of supporting more politicians, in my humble estimation, is madness. We have ourselves to look to. We no longer can deal with the electoral process. If anything is going to be done, it's going to have to be done at a local level, town by town, county by county, state by state. We no longer can look for leaders. We have to look to ourselves.
I like you, Charlie. You're all right, man.
I know you would like me, dude, because I'm a hard-nosed just like you. The thing about it is, and it's reason, like with your generation, Marie, men anymore are afraid to be men. And what I mean is, everything that makes a man is mocked in the modern world. And it was pretty damn good when everybody was dependent on us to go out there and bleed and die for them. But now that we're home and got nothing to do with our time or our hands, all of a sudden everybody's turning against them.
Take care,
I'm tired of
man.
my traditions and my are not going to go away.
Men have forgot what men are about. Men are willing to die for their family and their principles. I mean die. Shed blood and die. They are afraid. If you don't have that in your heart and stand up to the tyranny of what is wrong, you will be a slave. That's why I keep saying we're slaves, because I don't have the following. I have nothing but slaves talking to me. Charlie, you're not a slave. Dave, I don't believe you're a slave. You're not a slave. Most of the people in this country are slaves.
The thing about it is most people have to understand, and I know I'm generalizing, but the thing about it is, and it's not because I'm bigoted towards women or being chauvinistic towards women. It's not that. It's just this is the time that I think the men are going to have to square themselves with each other. We're going to have to start looking each other in the eye and start demanding, a manner about one another. We're going to have to do it to each other. It's just, I mean, you've been in a rifle company, you've been in a squad. You got one slacker in the back and it holds everybody down. It's all about keeping everybody up. And the thing about it is, men are going to need each other in the very near future. This idea of, very few people have actually earned the title of American. You're born as a citizen, and very few have actually done anything in order to earn that citizenship. And that's the thing I think we really should be reminded of very frequently, is not only are there privileges of the title of citizen, but their duties as well. We have to have a civic mentality, because I love my nation, and I know it sounds like I'm sitting on a soapbox, but I love my nation, and the very idea of handing this mess off to my children is unconscionable. I couldn't imagine, the whole idea of my son having to fight this.
I wish I knew your dad. I really do, Charlie. I don't know if I've met him in the passing, but he'd be proud of you, Charlie. He'd be proud of you.
We got something.
And my Wi-Fi. Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi kicked me. Okay.
There you go. On the internal, I just put a link to a group called Return of the Kings that they do everything you're talking about right now. They're called a hate group.
Dave,
What? Hate group.
Yeah, Return of the Kings. It's called a hate group.
See, right there. Why are they called a hate group? Because they're passionate to have their country back.
Well, no, they're talking about men should be men. You know, men are men and women are feminine. And God, you know, there were two of the species were not equal. Get over it. You know?
Okay, I got you, Dave. Here's the other thing. There should never ever be another woman to have a voice over a man. Never in my society. They have a place. It's at home raising the kids and be happy.
y'all don't have to understand where Vaughn's old school, man. That's how he was raised. That's what he knows. And everyone listening to it's like, oh man, you're a chauvinist pig, yada yada. You're a woman hater. He's not a woman hater. He respects his lady. But the thing is that brother Vaughn's been raised in different times than we all have. It's from the old school.
No.
And
Well, I mean, some of us still think old school, brother. I'm a traditionalist too. I believe in the rules, but my wife works and things like that. But it's, decisions we share, but the home is her province, and I don't interfere with it. It's not an act of cowardice. It's just the way I was raised. The men run the world. The women run the home. The hearth is hers.
Right, that's the way it should be. And if this country, for any godforsaken reason, puts Hillary Clinton in this country as a head of the country, we're done. We are totally toast.
I think if Hillary Clinton becomes president, there'll be a civil war in the United States. That's how worried I am with her.
We already seen how Clinton and his little Hillary made their decision about Waco, Texas. And what's her name? That redhead, short, dyke-looking gal that was in control when the FBI went down there and did that atrocity to humanity?
Janet Reno.
Janet Reno. Thank you, Dave. This is the reality that we're going to deal with because those mindset and those two people have not changed. That woman dominated that man. That man has got just what he deserves. If you look at him, he is just what he is, a shell of a man. Never was a man, never will be a man. He thought he was a man because he had a dick, but he never stood up for nothing. That's why they put this black man in office, because he never stood up for nothing. We should never allow anybody in office unless they have really stood up for something and give some time and blood for it.
Well, first of all, with a consideration, speaking of Obama, let's dispense with this black or blackness, because Obama is crossed ancestry. He's black as well as white. This guise of him being a black man is all that. It's just a guise.
Well, they led us down that trail, and that's how he was able to get where he was. They already had programmed that, and they knew who he was going to be. And look what he's done. You know, I've got a video up. You need to read that, watch that video, because that is me talking seriously about Obama. Just standing there talking to good old boys, because I actually had that conversation with my biker friends, and I said, what has he really done? What change have we got, guys? Nothing but a fucking. And this America is really selling us short. And everyone I spoke to, it was a Vietnam vet or a Desert Storm vet or some kind of military man that's been in war zone.
Well, I can definitely understand or identify with wanting my leader to have military experience, especially command level military experience. I mean, he actually had to send men to their deaths. I want someone with that. I agree. But the thing about Obama is his initial run for what very short time he served as a state senator, it just proved that an election can be bought. They purchased his election twice. So they can purchase Clinton's election, and not to keep harping, because I know somebody else wants to talk, but
what are we talking about? Where are we going with this?
we're talking about the presidency. But just to finish my thought,
Presidents.
I think we really need to redefine what we believe the power of the presidency is, because I think there's a gross overestimate of what the president can actually legally do.
How do we get from red flags to presidency to fucking... We're talking about red flags, man. We're talking about
Organic progression.
false flags. Fuck Obama. I don't give a fuck about Obama.
Okay. Okay, so what we need to do is get the definition of a red flag up here so we understand that. Why don't you do that for us, Dave?
Red flags, false
The
flags,
definition of a
hoax, whatever.
okay. What,
All the above.
you mean okay? So what we want to do is these are happening and who's behind it and what is
Why do we create it? Why do we
the
create it?
purpose of it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey,
Oh my
hey,
God.
God.
Do you guys even realize how far the fucking Chinese and the Japanese are ahead of us when it comes to sex robots?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Where do I
I'm
put
serious.
my order? Where do I put
I'm
my
just
order?
saying. I'm just saying. Look up Japanese sex
Only
robots.
reason why I'm not kicking you out is because I love you.
You know
I
what,
love you too,
Grit?
G. I
Grit,
love you too, G.
will they
Red
stick-
flags, Grit. Hoax. Red flags.
Red flags. Red flags. Red flags.
Talk to me, Grit.
Hey, I'm
Why
just
are
saying.
they created? Why are they created, Grit?
I'm just
Why?
saying.
Why are they created?
Why are they what? Created?
Yeah, why are they created?
Why are sex robots created? Are you serious?
No, Grit. No, Grit. Stick to
Oh
the
my
topic,
God,
Grit.
really?
Stick to the topic, Grit.
Why are they created? Who?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, bro?
The red flags, the possible
Red
false
flags.
Why are red flags created? What do you mean by red flags? Like
False flags.
Grit.
Red
Why are they
flags, white
created?
flags, black
Grit.
flags, yellow
He's
flags.
He's asking
Why?
you. He's asking.
why are they?
He's
Why
trolling me
yes.
right now.
Why
He's
why
trolling
are
us right
why
now,
are?
bro.
No, I'm not trolling you,
He's
bro.
trolling.
No, I'm not trolling.
I
You asked the question. I'll give you the answer.
I
Why
asked you a
are?
question. You're talking about sex robots. So I think
Well,
you're trolling.
I just thought I would break the ice.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Why are false flags created?
Yes, sir.
Because we're stupid and we fall for it. That's why.
I agree.
That's
Simple.
why.
Does everybody know Grit? Well, Grit lives right outside of Detroit, so you got to figure Grit's got 2 AK-47s and well trained. Does that give you an idea of who Grit is?
Well trained. I don't know about that, but I'm kind of good. I'm kind of well trained.
I'll
Not really
take
well
willing.
trained, but
I'll take willing over well trained any day.
I want to
willing.
know why
definitely.
they're created. You tell people, you talk to people about them, they get ass hurt, people get upset, people get all fucking sensitive, they take the balls and go home. Is it why they can't handle the truth? Is it because we all know they believe what they read?
Do we really all? Do we really know the fucking truth, though? Really?
Nope.
Exactly.
So why do we
And-
call them red flags? So why do people say they're fucking false flags?
Well,
Why do
well,
people
yeah,
say they're a
yeah.
hoax? It's a hoax. But they don't know. Why are they?
They
claim
don't.
it?
They don't. Yeah, they don't know, but they might be right. They might be right, and they probably are. You know, they probably are.
I know.
What do
I
you
know a
think,
way to-
Red? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead, Charlie.
think. Go
No,
ahead,
as you
sorry.
were.
I was going to ask you, what do you think about this Orlando, supposedly this Orlando shooting? What do you think about it?
What do I think?
Yeah, I haven't talked to you about it. Yeah.
I think it's fake. I think it's bullshit. I think it's a false flag. I think it's I think it's designed to take our fucking guns. I think it's all bullshit. But am I right? Fuck, I don't know. Am I wrong? Fuck, I don't know.
As you say, you probably are right.
Yeah, I might be. I might be. You know?
So
I'm
why do
not going to.
people, or their
I'm sorry?
eyes, why are people's eyes closed when you bring up these points? All these
Because-
videos that are brought about the fakeness of it and how it was orchestrated.
Because-
and et cetera, et
because-
cetera.
Because I think, just like probably everybody in this panel thinks, I think the news, you know, the fucking CNNs and the Foxes and all the MSNBCs and all this bullshit, I think it's all bullshit. I think it's all fucking, it's owned by the fucking whoever. You know?
By who, Brett? Who's doing
I don't know. I don't fucking know, and nobody else knows.
Well, you just said it was probably owned by. I'm just asking you what your opinion was. Who's owned?
I think, and this is my opinion, I think the mainstream media is owned by the fucking elites, the people that fucking control us and shit.
Mhm.
And again, this is my opinion, you know, and my opinion could be wrong, but I just think that, I think that most people here fucking sit around in their living rooms eating their fucking Hot Pockets, you know, and they watch the fucking news on the fucking TV screen, and they believe everything they fucking see and hear, and
And in their defense, where else do we see the news? If something comes up on CNN, Fox, MSNBC, et cetera, isn't that what we're supposed to do? Isn't that your first reaction, is to watch and to hear what the fuck is going on, what they're saying?
yes,
Where else are we going to get this information from? And
We're
again,
not-
I'm playing.
yes,
Yeah.
I understand where you're going with that, bro, and I personally do not know where to go.
Because I
for
agree
the
with
truth.
everything you said. Or,
Yeah,
there's
right
no
on.
question. I agree with you.
I actually have a remedy. An honest to goodness remedy. For any one of the ills that you'd like to point out. I have one remedy to fix it. It's legitimate too. Well respected. Couple centuries old actually.
Right on.
Just to give you a small excerpt of it. When a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. It's plain as the nose on the end of your face. That fixes it all. Seems easy, seems simple, but it's not.
And who said that?
This, sorry, I just kind of was taken back by that. That's the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, sorry. I am not. I will be the belligerent one here. I am not a scholar and shit, and I should
Can
know
y'all
that.
hear me?
I really should know that, but I don't. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I apologize. I
Don't
apologize for
apologize.
that.
Don't apologize, dude, because you know more than I do, man. As far as the words of our founding fathers and shit like that, man. Goddamn, don't apologize for that shit.
Go to the next gun show. Next gun show. Hello. Next gun show you're near, dude. Go to the gun show. They'll have plenty of people in there handing out There's small pocket Constitution.
Right
I
on.
just changed microphones. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
You know, that's the sad thing. That's the sad thing, man, is I have and I'm looking at them right now as I speak. I have 3 fucking pocket constitutions. And you know what? I've never read them. And isn't that fucking sad? That's fucking sad.
Happy
That's really
Father's
sad.
Day. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, bro. I'm
You've
just
never
saying.
read the Constitution, but you're bitching
No.
about it. Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. I'm being honest. I'm being honest, man. I have them I have them with me in front of me right now, and I've never read it.
Oh, he wasn't
I've read-
bitching. He wasn't
I've
bitching
read-
about the Constitution. He was.
No, I wasn't.
He
I don't think yeah, actually, you know what, Vaughn? I don't think I was actually bitching about the
No, because if you
Constitution, was I?
don't know something, how can you bitch about it?
Yeah, Dave,
Okay.
what was I bitching? What was I bitching about as far as the Constitution?
I didn't say he was bitching. I just laughed.
Yeah, you did. You said I
What
was
are you
bitching about the
laughing at?
Constitution.
What are you laughing at, dude?
That you're talking about all the political stuff that's going on in this country, and you don't even know how it's supposed to work.
Really?
So
If
that
you don't
means
read, if you don't read the Constitution, you don't know what's supposed to be happening.
Don't mock somebody over ignorance. That's stupid.
I'm not. Well, you're an American citizen. Can you read?
well, you know what, dude? I did apologize, didn't I? Didn't I
Yeah.
fucking
And he
sit?
did
Didn't I
say
sit
he
here and
didn't
just
know.
fucking apologize because I didn't read it?
Grit.
Yeah,
Dave's just gonna try.
Don't
to
let Dave get you worked up.
That's right. Don't let him.
No, he's not. You know what? He's not getting me worked up. The booze is. The booze is. You know what I mean? The booze is. So, Dave, I love you, man. I love you, bro. I've been subscribed to you for fucking years, bro. I love you, man. It's all good. I love you. It's all good.
Well, maybe I could understand better if I was drinking, but I don't drink
Yeah.
much anymore.
It makes it easier. I'll tell you that, man. It makes it easier. It really does.
Hey, Grit, watch this. Maybe we can all understand if we were a Hollywood star.
Oh, there you go.
Doomsday
Stacked actors by the
Preppers.
Foo Fighters. Look up that shit.
Yeah, not all of us. Not all of us were on Doomsday Preppers.
Let me tell you about Hollywood.
What does Doomsday Preppers got to do with anything?
I'm just,
I was a Hollywood-
just trying to lighten up the conversation.
I was a Hollywood star for Earl Maloney, for the president, and for Liberace, and for Horse Jock. Yeah, I was a Hollywood star too. I was on TV. So there you go, Dave. I get that award too, but I got it before you did. Thank you very much.
Dave, I didn't mean to snap at you, man. I'm just,
Award for what? Being on
I'm
television?
sorry, bro.
My first time on television, I think I was 12 or 13 years old.
What would you do?
I sat in a swing. Well, I think it was Tammy Wynette came by and tucked the swing away.
Huh.
It was
a
on
monkey.
Dean Martin Presents Country Music.
He was
I
a
made
monkey.
a comment. I made a comment in this chat, maybe 15 minutes ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in the other room. I may not have heard it. I just
Okay,
now put
well
the
here, let
headset
me
on.
explain. Let me explain this comment.
What's
that
the
I made.
comment? Yeah, what comment are you talking
The
about?
comment that I made was well, first of all, let me say that this kind of chat is the kind of chat that should be spread across the fucking nation. God damn, we should be talking about this shit. Everybody should be talking about this shit. But
I tried sharing.
yes, sir. But the comment that I made was, there are 13 people in this chat.
Mhm.
So what? So
There's 3
So,
million in the.
and I'm not, I am not fucking saying anything bad about your chat, your personal chat. I'm not saying that at all. I'm trying to make a point.
It's a new community, brother. We just
Yes,
started
sir.
a couple
Yes,
of
sir.
months ago. We're just trying to get it out.
Yes,
we got
sir.
almost 100 subscribers within a couple of months. But it's
Yes,
growing,
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir. This is nothing personal against your chat at all. Because I love you, G, as a person. I love you.
That's it, bro.
I love you as far
Is
as
it too
what you're doing.
small for you? Is that what you're trying to say? It's just too
What-
tiny.
what-
It's not worth your time.
No, I'm smaller. Dave,
Hey, it's
I'm
Father's Day.
smaller.
What are you gonna do?
I am smaller than anybody here in this chat. I'm a fucking blink in
You're a
the
midget?
eye.
Are you one of
What's
them
the
people we
point?
toss
What's the
around?
point? What's the point? Go
Come
ahead.
on now. What's the point?
What you got?
Alright,
What
No,
you
Dave.
got?
No, Dave. I'm a speck of fucking sand, Dave.
What's the
That's what I
point, brother?
What Grit is trying to say is, when you guys get through, will you please go hit my PayPal, because I don't do these live audios without getting paid, because I'm a very important person.
We're working on
Oh, is that what it is? Well, I got a PayPal button too. No, I got a
Well,
GoFundMe account.
Yeah, well,
What am
What
I
I'm trying to say, is that people like you, and I will also say I am a part of you guys, and I hope you accept me. But what I'm saying is, people
You've
like
been drinking.
us. Yeah, I have been drinking. I
So
am
what,
pretty
man? Everyone
fucked up.
has.
I'm
Everyone
kind of
has.
fucked up.
You're
So
not
what?
the only one. Not the only one. So go ahead.
Yeah, I've had something to drink. So what? Do I not have
Same
a?
here. Same here. Let's not get
yeah.
off topic. Let's not get off topic.
Anyway.
Yes. please.
Anyway.
Yeah,
What
get
I'm
to the
trying-
point.
Go ahead.
What I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
Dave,
What?
Oh my
I love-
Lord.
we
What are we
are
saying, Brett?
we are a minority.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Really?
we are a minority. Yes, we are. Can you not see this?
A smaller minority than I think anyone's willing to honestly admit to themselves.
Now, I'm in the majority.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
I just
You
say
might
things that people think and are afraid to say it.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I wish I had your fucking skin, bro. I wish I did. I don't, but I wish I did.
When I got off the bus in Chicago to go home, I was the minority. I was the little one. I was a silent voice. Because I got tired of being called a baby killer, okay? And that's what I've been
Damn.
most
Well, what's wrong with killing
of my
babies?
life.
That sucks. That sucks, Vaughn.
Because I
That
didn't
sucks
do
that you
it.
were called that. That sucks.
I didn't do it.
We've
So
all done
therefore,
it.
now in my elderly ages that I am, I don't give a shit no more, and I'm willing to stand toe to toe with any asshole. I don't care if he's got 3 stars, 5 stars, or he thinks he's the baddest mama in the world.
There you go.
I'm going to tell him what I feel, and I think anybody out here on this board right now feels the same way.
That's right.
I have never fought in any war, and I've never fought in my entire life. But I can say this, man, dude, Vaughn, I would fucking goddamn, I would be so proud to fight alongside you any fucking day, bro.
That's right.
Any fucking
Hey, Vaughn.
Careful what you
Let
ask
me.
for, because it may be
day.
coming.
Right on. Right on.
I don't know if this is going to clear your conscience or not about baby killing, but first off, Hillary Clinton is responsible for more American baby deaths than all of the Vietnam War combined.
Yes, sir.
It's
Oh,
called
you're right,
Planned
dude.
Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, buddy.
You're
Not
right.
just
They have
Planned
killed more
Parenthood.
children. Yep. Abortions in this country kills more children than you ever thought about bombing in the Vietnam War.
Very good.
What?
Good, Dave. Now let's go back to figure out why. Are we really going to be able to analyze, or are we just going to talk about the things that people don't want to talk about and get paranoid and hear it and run away about this false? Right, Charles?
About
right?
what?
About the false flags, about
Right.
all the goofy. That's what.
Well, I don't
Gene's
know if
after.
it's a
Thank
false
you.
flag.
Thank you.
I think
I don't
I
know.
think that America is the last fuck. Do you know where I'm going with this? America
Why
is
was
the last.
9/11 done, Grit? Why do you think 9/11 happened?
Oh shit.
Why do you think 9/11? Let's change it. Let's
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's throw a curveball. Let's throw a curveball. Why was 9/11 done? That's what I want to talk about.
I think America, not us in the chat.
Right,
I think
the government.
America, yeah, the elites in America want to fucking control the fucking world.
Right. Control. Absolutely. Control.
Yes.
Control.
Yes.
I
I think they want to control the fucking world.
Yeah.
And I think that
They do.
yes.
You
And
can.
that's
That's why I
why-
say you can't beat the machine. I keep telling them you can't beat the machine.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there's a video on Watchman News done during by Captain Rubio, and in that video she interviewed a colonel, a retired colonel. This was his, and he's some specialist or something, officer, but his comment to 9/11 was, people are out of their mind. It actually happened. Get over it. Now that is what we kind of crap on live radio and other places. There's confusion.
Well, I know 9/11 happened.
But
Yeah,
why?
no.
Why did it happen? Why do you think it happened?
Those buildings.
Well, I know what Osama said it was.
Can you honestly sit there and say that those fucking buildings, both of those fucking buildings, just fell down? Free fall speed,
Bingo.
just fell down.
More than two, Bill.
Really? Yeah,
More
No,
than
building
two
there,
seven.
come.
there was
Building
more
seven,
to it.
yes. Yeah, I know. I know.
There was more to it, but everybody dances around the issue.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave. What's the issue?
Have y'all ever seen The Harbinger? Excuse me, I'm eating dinner.
No problem.
Have y'all ever seen The Harbinger?
No.
I can't say no.
All right. Well, I'll put the link to the room until you watch it and see the evidence for it. I mean, there's no sense because I'll just be branded a nutcase right off the bat.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, I'll
Don't
tell you what I thought.
What'd you think, Charlie? Why do you think?
I was confused for years after that because you got all these contradictions until about 5 years later I saw the obvious demolition of Building 7, and I come to this conclusion: if one building was purposely demolished, all buildings were purposely demolished.
Yes, sir.
But I couldn't tell you one way or the other who was responsible for it. Everything is vague and conjecture, and very little evidence, and all dead end and all that. But to just throw it out there, just conjecture myself. I think 19 Saudi Arabians, for one reason or another, were enlisted by possibly Turkish and Israeli intelligence with certain factions of the United States and British intelligence, and they had foreknowledge of that event, and by its definition is conspiracy.
Do you guys think we are the great Satan?
We sure act
Yes.
like it.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
what
are.
I'm saying.
Hey, Grit, we're living in hell. We're just waiting to get out. You come right along with me, brother. I'll get you on the other side. It's time to get the hell out of here.
Thank you, sir. I'm just saying, man. I
No,
mean, I've heard this.
you're
I've heard this. I've heard this saying for so long. We're the great Satan, and I laughed at it. I've laughed at it at first, but now.
I don't know necessarily.
Your eyes are open to what we're doing to the rest of the world.
Yes, sir, Dave.
We're living in hell. This is hell.
No.
This is hell. Heaven's on the other side. This is hell. And if you don't get on the other side with the right heart, you're going to remain here for 1,000 years until Jesus decides what to do with you.
I'm trying to
if you
pray.
live through that, you don't get straight, then guess what? Satan comes back out of the lake of fire, and you get to play again with him.
I'm trying to pray, Vaughn. I really am. I'm trying to pray, man. Every fucking I can't sit here and say that I'm praying every day, but man, goddamn, I pray. I pray as much as I can, man.
I mean, how else can you look at this? How in the world can so many good people with good hearts tolerate so much evil? We have to be in hell. Okay, we're in hell. We're around all these demonic, demon, asshole, crazy people. And if you can't see that, we sure do have a bunch in here that don't see nothing. But the reality is, that's where we are. We are in hell.
I think we are. I think you're right.
No, we're nowhere near hell.
We're on Earth. We're going through a time right now would be probably considered the end times. All this that we're going through right now has happened before in history. It's if you look at the Bible instead of being a law book, if you look at it more like a history book, and you look at the Israelites as a bunch of screwballs, and how they go through history screwing up and keep getting knocked back, and they come back and they get big, and then they get proud and they get knocked back. And the reasons they get knocked back is the same as the reason the Roman fell, because of moral corruption, and they just went nuts with being, we're the biggest, best, and they became a socialist state, and it's history repeating itself. It's happened before.
There's your answer to the false flag. Go ahead, Charles. I know you're going to add to this.
But it's just, it's just the thing is, when you give culpability to the ethereal, to like spirits and demons and such, that renders innocence onto the actual guilty party. It comes down to human action. There's nothing supernatural about human action, human envy, anger, you know, the means and vengeance and all that other.
There's,
I mean, that
there's the other answer to the false flag. You got
Do
it.
you not think you can be motivated by these spirits?
Well, no, what he's saying is, if you accept the demons and the hell and all that, you have false flags and everything else has succeeded. He's absolutely correct. Do you agree, G?
that's not what I was saying. What I'm saying is that inevitably human beings are the affected or the affector agent. They're the ones that commit the acts. To
Yes.
say that because they're demon possessed and that's what moved their hand, that's what motivated their action.
There you
I can show you some videos. I can't show it to you. I can't show it to you live, but there's some videos of acts that people do, and you're gonna know that they're full retard. And these people are walking around with you every day in society.
Yeah, they're called psychopaths or sociopaths. There's one.
Yeah,
there's
they're
like
just they're
5
yeah they're people that are among us. You know, there are evil people among us.
What more reason would they want people to really believe, and get behind the fact that some man walked in with an AK or AR-15 and a Glock hand pistol within 6 minutes, killed 30 people, wounded another 30 people, and finally got shot?
6
You know what
minutes.
that's about?
Where in the hell did you hear 6 minutes? I watched the video go on for like 3 hours.
Well, that's because they didn't go inside there. You're right. I mean, it could have been for 3 hours. But I don't care if it went on for 3 days. They want you to believe this and get behind that. That's what he's talking about. They are wanting you to believe in demonic and crazy things. That's what Charlie doesn't realize, but that's exactly what he was saying, that these false flags are to create. And it's happening. You want to know what they're creating and why they're creating it? That's why they're creating it, because they want you to believe in this craziness.
Yeah, but that's accepting it's a hoax. It's out of hand, and I don't do that. What I'm saying is, I mean, the idea of, you know, giving responsibility to a person infected with a demon, that kind of admonishes the person of the guilt of the crime. Yes, it's not. You can't attribute that to the supernatural.
Only if we
know,
can exercise the demon.
God damn it!
You're what?
Damn, Dick.
What'd you say?
He was upset. What it is, he said he doesn't think it was that, but in reality it is that, because you would have to believe somebody would be that demonic that would go in and do that.
Oh yeah,
and they want you to believe that there's that kind of evil. Is there that kind of evil?
Oh yeah, I've run up to that face to face.
Okay, well that's a reality, and they want you to believe that's right here amongst us. And if it is, why is Obama allowing all these training camps? And that's what Charles is saying. If we don't get this country, we're going to lose it.
Well, I'm saying the people are guilty. You can't ascribe an agent to it. You can't ascribe it. Well, they were possessed by a demon. Human beings can do that. You know, the heinous acts like that against other human beings. They've done it since time immemorial. They'll do it until we're all gone. You'll never stop those types of acts. But what I'm saying is, you just can't say, well, they were demons, that makes them evil. No, evil exists. It's not a part of the supernatural. People do fucked up things. There's no explanation for them, and I think that's why it screws with people, because you can't explain it.
Okay, so why would they want this created?
Who's they?
What would be their purpose? What psychological fucking on people's mind would they really want?
I just think I'll tell you the reason. Don't get it like I'm trying to be. Well, I'll just speak plain. I'm not trying to be a dick to you. Believe me.
No,
what I'm saying,
Charles.
the 3 years, the evidence that we have now, without conjecture, this is actual facts. For 3 years, he infrequented that bar, so we could extrapolate. Just being, I'll be an asshole. He probably was engaging in homosexual activity. Secondarily, has a domineering father who just happenstance is an imam, a Muslim teacher, who had also run to be the president of the nation state of Afghanistan under the Taliban. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking about this. So look at it thirdly, tertiarily. In Islam, it is considered an act of compassion, the killing of homosexuals. I know it's fucked up, it's twisted, whatever, but that's just the facts. How did this man think? I've done these things that are hard to God and unacceptable? How do I wash my soul? You know, I'm thinking, trying to look at, you know, because it's crazy. But you try to think like this. And the simplest explanation to me personally would be is he committed an act of homosexuality, was unacceptable inside of his religion. He still wanted to enter paradise, so the only way he could do that was by showing a great act of compassion against homosexuals. Boom. And that makes more sense to me than some, you know,
that
200,
sounds
300.
real good. That sounds good. I like that. I'll
See
go with that. Could be.
See how we got that out of Charles? Wasn't that beautiful? Thank you, Charles.
Very
Charlie,
well could have
please.
been. I'm not saying it is, but that's a very plausible argument right there.
The only
Charlie.
time I've ever called Charles is when I was in trouble.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie.
Charles? Charles! Get your ass in here. What are you doing playing in the mud, Charles?
Well, I got a friend. His name is Charles, but he wants to be called Charlie because he doesn't like. No, he likes to be called Charles because when I call him Charlie, he gets mad at me.
Right.
Well, you know you're in real trouble when they use your first and middle name.
And that
Yeah.
guy, and that Charlie is a sniper. I killed.
The thing is, I think we ought to prepare ourselves for the very near inevitability of another attack of similar level. What I'm kind of concerned about is the Republican and Democratic national conventions and how
That ought
that's
to be a
going to play.
circus.
Well, the thing about it is, I mean, we already know that there's paid protesters, and these protesters are getting a little touchy-feely, and you understand what that is. I'm certain of it. But the thing outside, if they could actually sway an election with that, if they could turn the DNC up there in Cleveland into a fucking bloodbath, there'd be all kinds of crazy shit. Because after that attack down in Florida, the reason it made me think this way, that attack down there in Orlando, the governor through executive order, the governor of Florida through an executive order, Florida, as far as I know, is still under a state of emergency.
Yes. And, you know, I've got that same feeling about Cleveland because they're already asking for permits to go down because you have to have a permit to get in that squared-in area to even be part of the protest. So they're
Vaughn?
centralized, right, for the slaughter pen.
Vaughn, you're old enough to remember not the 1968 Democratic National Convention up there in Chicago. You remember that? I know you do. That's what the Republican National Convention. That's my greatest fear. That's what's going to happen at the RNC.
Well, there was 4 college kids killed right there on the campus.
In Kent State.
Yes.
I don't see anything about it being canceled.
Well, Kent State, what very little of it you don't hear, but you always hear about the National Guardsmen firing into the crowd. But the thing about it is, you never hear about the gunshot that caused the charging of the rifles and the return of fire.
Well, there was an underground outfit that was running around blowing things up at that time too, and part of the affiliation with that, right? They belong.
Yeah.
Some of them I think are in politics right now. Go
Guess
ahead, Charles.
Guess who paid for the college education for your seated president? The very same son of a bitch that was one of the 7 members of the core of the Weather Underground.
There you go. And one of them is still a professor, isn't he, Charlie?
Yeah.
Charles. What does he want me to call you, Charlie?
1433.
Okay, Charlie. So you're well read into it too. See, there's a lot of things that went down that people don't realize will repeat itself at this moment.
Well, we're actually at a position, if you look at as far as economic stability, and again, a preface says this is an opinion, but it's a studied opinion. You know, the state of the economy, both globally and nationally, You look at the tentative presidential election. You look at social disruption, social upheaval, i.e., communist American, the communist-funded Black Lives Movement, communist-funded La Raza movement, and well, they're all. This is cultural Marxism. It's a It's the Long March. You've ever read that stuff with Saul Alinsky and the damn Rules for Radicals, all that fucking horse shit. They've conquered the institutions. That's the reason you see this feminist and this gay bullshit on the campuses. It all has a anti-white flair to it. I mean, anything that identifies with Western Europe is considered oppressive and racist. It's a full court push, but it's definitely communist in origin.
There it is.
What?
Albert Pike. See, that's what this is the Masons. Okay, they predicted this back so long ago. In fact, there was writings. I know Albert Pike pretty well, and basically, this is what it aligns with. This is an alignment that's been set in motion, like the Georgia Guidestones. My opinion, and you're right, Charlie. We have to tell people it's our opinion because until something happens, it's always an opinion. And
Right.
the reality is there's a lot of things out there that points to the opinion. We will see more activity here real soon.
It's safe to say, though, with just the facts we have overall, I mean, what advantage, Cubona, who benefits from, attacks like Orlando and the Boston Marathon and, various attacks like that? Who benefits from it? Who also benefits from the massive people from countries of points unknown that really have never known a Western democracy, Western form of acceptable behavior, moral ethics? I mean, who benefits from this? And you keep coming to the same conclusion. It's the powers to be that benefits from it. I also recognize a tactic. They're building an insulating barrier between them and us. And the Muslims are that barrier. When we end up inevitably locking horns with these immigrants coming into our country, because it's going to happen, the government will not have to make an excuse for the heavy-handed use of justice, so to speak, that it's going to use.
And
It's going to happen in Western Europe first.
And it's already set in place because they pulled the UN on this, and the UN has already declared to disarm us here in this country because of civil unrest. There's too many things in play. The only thing that can save us now is to abolish the UN, remove it out of this country, and reestablish the Constitution the way it's meant to be, and men stand up and be men. That's it. That's the only way. Otherwise, we're watching the unfolding and the burning of America.
I have, these ridiculous dreams and stuff, like these grand schemes of things, the impossible things. One of those things would be like to hold an Article 5 states convention, which is outside the control of the federal government. They can't stop it one way or the other, and they have to abide by its outcomes, by the remedies that come from the convention. But either way, to have the states Article 5 convention specific for the question of whether or not to reawake the House Committee on Un-American Affairs and all or Un-American activities, as well start prosecuting people under Article 3, Section 3, which is treason to the United States. The federal government couldn't stop that.
Well, that would be the first thing to do, and believe it or not, Texas was just got something in the news that says they have declared sovereign. There is no way it will be allowed to be sovereign. So therefore, the federal government has gone to war against the states, okay? And this is what our Constitution talks about, is exactly what is at war with the states. Because some states will government. And if they don't, just like the federal government has done, they take out the control and reset what they want.
You got a loose or something in your mic or your mic connection, Vaughn.
Is it
Like
cutting
we're
out?
getting we're like getting every third second.
Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, is that better?
Wow. Turn your mic down.
Turn it down.
Yeah, you got killer modulation.
Hang on. How about right there? Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect right there.
Here, how about right there? 1, 2, 3,
There's
1,
two
2, 3.
right there. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, we're in that moment of time in this country that everything that was ever written with any foresight of what possibly could unfold is happening. I'm hearing feedback right now myself, ain't I?
No? Somebody else
Okay.
muted their out there. Thing is, it's obvious that whomever is the big movers and shakers in global things, the biggest thing they don't want with any of the nation states would be to claim, reaffirm their sovereignty and become nationalistic, like to a certain extent what Trump has been going on about. Because nationalism is completely, obviously the antithesis of internationalism. And what's curious about that is the policies been passed in the United States, are obviously Marxist in origin. And communism, by its very nature, is internationalist.
Well, that's what Trump is talking about. He's going to take control of the world's economics as far as trade and business because he's selling himself as a businessman. We do not need businessmen. We need no longer accept this country as a corporation. It's got to stop.
Well, there may be major pieces of legislation that had to be repealed in order to do that, and it would have to fall into the Senate in order. They're the only ones that would have the power to do it. You'd have to go all the way back to the Act of 1871, the original corporation, the original contract, and that's not something that's really going to happen.
So therefore, we have to have a man, and here we have. If Trump gets in and is tied as close to he is with the Zionist Jews, I feel we have a problem because.
Yeah, I know, I'm aware of that. There's remedies at home. We don't have to look abroad, or actually have to look abroad for, foreign schisms like with that shit supporting Israel and supporting NATO and things. State secession.
Right.
States.
If we could get, like you said, get the states, 4 or 5 states get together and hold their own election, and seriously.
They're trying to do that now. It's called Convention of the States.
Yeah, Article 5 Convention. It's Article 5 in the Constitution.
Well, Tennessee already joined.
Yeah, but
really?
you need two-thirds of the states.
I know they're trying. They're trying. I think Louisiana was the last one to join up.
I think it's 32 states you have.
That right there is so important, what you guys are talking about.
Well, it could go both ways. There could be a runaway convention, and it could abridge the Bill of Rights and go into the Constitution, extend the powers, unify agencies, unify.
No, the thing has to be voted on before they can go to convention.
But any part of the Constitution is up for abridgment, a change, or revision under an Article 5. It can work against us as well as work for us.
That's
right. I don't know about you. I don't trust no fucking politician.
Well, if this is actually taking place, they're planning on keeping Obama in office. They are planning on doing it.
The only way they could do it was with a large enough attack on domestic soil, some attack on domestic soil, and they could do it.
I got a question for G. G, are you here?
It would fall under was it the COG, the continuity of government clause inside of Rex 84, I think it's called. They sign that. Senate signs that new every year, literally every year.
And that's a protection for them.
Well, basically what it is, is to keep if in the event of some mass calamity, 9/11 event or larger or something to that effect, something they could describe as, justifiable for that type of policy to go into play. Basically, what it is, our Congress is spirited away. The same thing that went down in 9/11. They separate the president and the vice president. The Pentagon goes then locks down in the basement. That's when that stuff that I think you'd be more aware of would be like the FEMA campaigns and the way they've set up the FEMA theaters. I guess it's 10 different regions, 10 different theaters under military governorship, and that's all part of continuity of government.
And that's where the UN comes in, because the UN is already set up in quadrants throughout the country to control the quadrants.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, this is all in play. This is all in play. The reality is, will it take place? Will any of this actually take place, or is this a game they play like the war games in the UN?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a contingency, is all it is. I mean, it's just future conditions of whether or not these things will come into play. But the thing about it is, I mean, although it's something that's broad and very vague and abstract, it is something worthwhile to understanding in the event of those those certain types of things. Those types of policies will be enacted.
Hey, G.
For instance, Watertown, after the Boston Marathon, they basically locked down a city of 1 million people and basically house-to-house search. So, at a certain level, they'll be able to instate those types of policing policies.
Well, they did that in 2 places. They did it down in Louisiana, and they did it up there in Boston.
Yeah, but it was a shit show in Louisiana. In Boston, was by the numbers.
Yeah, they sure did. They shook down them houses and drug multiple people out and went in teams and did what they needed to do. And they just showed it live, so you understood what was going on.
Well, the biggest thing to be mindful of is passing legislation is nice and dandy and neat looking, but enforcement is another issue altogether.
But here's my scenario on that. If they actually really are going to set for that, what they're going to do is they're going to immediately cut food supply and shut power.
Hey, good night, everybody. I'm going to run. Y'all have fun arguing about things that we can't change.
Well, go ahead, Dave, you crazy boy. We love you.
Yeah, we can't change that the Earth is round. We can't change that the government's going to go berserk or probably implode. These are things we can't change.
You're right, Dave.
Just get your heart right and get ready to go on over to the other side. We're all going to die sooner or later, so it don't really matter.
Well, I'm praying that brother of yours, your family gets that straight, gets that sign, and you get all that taken care of, so you go get your doctor thing and your dream taken care of.
Well, it's not really a dream, but I'm going to move up on top of the hill because I don't know. There's some. You may not have read this part of the Bible, but Jesus said, when you see the abomination that causes desolation standing where it shouldn't be, head for the hills.
Right.
Well, I'm too old to run for the hills, so I'm going to go live on the hill.
You better be at least 800 feet above sea level. Let's guarantee you that.
I'm going for 2,000.
Have a good one, Dave.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said of what's going on, and to talk and look at it in the right perspective. There's no harm in that, because that gives people a chance, if they are really looking at things and see things, that they understand clearly there's others out there that see these things. There's G.
Well, Crybaby leaves.
Yeah, we were explaining.
Baby Huey.
Yeah, we were actually explaining to people out there why these false flags and other things are happening, and the scenario and the possibility of the things that are in play that could possibly come about for bring you in and make Obama actually the ruler of the world. Okay, it sounds as crazy as it sounds, but you remember when he went to Germany and where he stood
Yeah.
and the announcement he made and the people that were drawn to him.
I'm not worried
He
about him
was
trying to do something like that.
more.
We could talk
Some
about
renegade.
anything we want. I'm pretty sure you're going to
I
say.
know, but I'm saying what I'm saying is some
the
renegade
topic,
hillbilly.
Vaughn, you're a good man. Thanks for looking out.
Some renegade hillbilly say,
And again, I just.
I know.
He said,
I said I'm certain if Obama did have aspirations to take over the world, some renegade hillbilly would say, and put an end to it.
Yeah, but how many cloned Mr. Obamas do we have? Have you got the real right one yet? Doggone it, we done shot him 3 times.
Reptilian overlords.
Yeah, there you go. But I mean, when you think about it, if you really want to really reach out, not Twilight Zone, but just the reality of how this could really play out, you got to think like these guys do, and assume why else are they doing it? Because they're already showing us their thought.
It's Machiavellian, I'll admit that. But I don't think they're playing chess. I think it's checkers.
You know what's scary? What's scary is not everything that's happened. I'm just scared that the upcoming things that are going to happen. And you don't know until it happens, of course.
Well,
you
let's
can't
predict
speculate and I'm just saying it's crazy, Vaughn. The shit. I'm just saying the shit that's already happened. Just think about the shit that can happen. It's not going to stop.
Right. Well, let's predict this. Let's predict this, G, in an opinion. If things go south in Cleveland and this one thing with Trump and that, you know it ain't going to be good. It ain't going to be good. That will be the cue.
I tend to agree.
That ain't so far away.
Charlie, what are you saying, bro? I can't make out what you're saying. What's up?
What Vaughn said about the Republican National Convention and what goes down there is how whatever happens at the RNC will determine how we should act.
Well, we can't control ignorance and we can't control stupid. And that motherfucker, that motherfucker that tried to come out and with the night, the Cleveland one, he had the ISIS flag, yada, yada, yada. People say, yeah, he was an actor, blah, 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 blah. Call it what you want. But it still happened. And the motherfucker rolls around in every fucking rally with a bullet, with a vest on, dude. You know? He's up there with the vest.
Well, I'm not worried about them sniping Trump, not yet. What I'm worried about is fist fights, knifings, gunshots, and shit to the people trying to get inside the rally.
Yeah, a rise in violence. That's exactly what we got to look for. An escalated, unnatural rise in violence.
Is my microphone too loud?
No, you're fine.
You can turn it down a tad.
Well.
Am I too loud again?
No.
Okay. I mean, everything that we've seen here with this down there, it created such scenarios, G, that it involved actually 4 or 5 things. It involved blood and the recovery of DNA and addresses. It recovered more gun sales. It caused an upset and an uprise with the gay population. It showed the power and the mindset of they'll go to no end to get to Allah, and it showed where America stands and believes and what they really understand.
fucking Allah. Boy,
Because
what
what?
a superpower he is. Who was in the planes? Who was fucking in the planes when that happened?
I think they were robotic. I think they were an
You think they
illusion.
were robotic?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because there is no plane made of aluminum structure that could do any damage. It could not go into the building like they did. It wouldn't happen. The wings would peel off, the engines would drop to the ground, and the tail section would drop to the ground. You cannot take something that is that fragile and run into something that solid and expect me to believe it went into it. No. I'm sorry.
And there was no pieces. There was, I mean, nothing.
You just look at the car tests. You take a solid cement foundation, you hit it with a car, the car folds up like a tin can. Okay, in reality, that was a metal structure. Everything was superstructure, the floor and everything. Unless somebody got in there and cut everything out and laced it with some fancy paint, when it hit, it went into flames automatically and heated and burned the ground, which I also believe did happen. But the thing of it is, those jets did not do the damage they claimed. Because I just say it can't happen. You cannot. I'll tell you. Do this. Take a piece of aluminum. Take an aluminum sword and fight somebody with a steel sword. I'm gonna see who's gonna win this one. You hear? Well, aluminum is stronger than
Hey,
steel.
what's up there, Zach? What's up with Zach?
Aluminum is fragile. It will crack under a certain impact and bust apart like a Richter set. Just my opinion, folks. The 13 people watching.
That's right. That's right.
13 people? Shit.
Hey, man, that's Dad, Father's Day. I'm surprised this many people. I didn't think anybody was going to come out tonight.
Yeah, because Sunday night usually lean.
I had a good
I appreciate everybody for coming out and hanging out with us. I know nobody was having a chat tonight, and I said, you know what, I'll throw one out. I was at the beach for a couple of days and missed a little bit of news, missed a little action.
You know I knew. Hey, G, you knew I knew Dave was harassing me, didn't you? I'm not.
I'm sorry, you guys are breaking up, brothers. I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said you knew that I knew that Dave was harassing me.
Oh, Dave was calling you, brother. He was working. He was working you. He was working you.
I know it. That's why.
Dr. Dave, man. Dr. Dave.
That's why I was so persistent. See, I'm from Tennessee too. He can't pull the wool over this Tennessee boy. I've been around too long and been around too many places. Seen too many people like him too many times. I've learned all I got to do is stand my ground and bark louder and they will shut up.
Well, listen, before we cut this to the private chat, because I want to set it up for a couple of hours.
Okay.
Thank you guys, everybody. Brother Vaughn, Brother Charlie, thank you guys for coming out. We're going to go in the after chat. And we'll see who comes in. Thank you all for watching. Live free, fellas.